There are moments in life where everything contracts, where a lifetime of choices, of training, of dumb luck, all narrows down to a single, terrifying point in time. For most people this might be a job interview, or asking someone to marry them, but for a certain kind of individual, that moment isn't a moment at all. It's a 10-minute stretch of godforsaken track, where the world is actively trying to murder you. This isn't your average haulage run down the M1, no, this is off-road trucking, and it is the most bonkers profession on earth. Forget what you think you know about driving, just throw it out. Your little commute in the rain? Child's play. We are talking about something else entirely. Threading a 40-ton metal behemoth along a path barely wider than a garden hose with a 1,000-foot drop on one side, and an unstable rock face on the other. This is a place where a single miscalculation, a moment of hesitation, a sneeze at the wrong time. Let's talk about the terrain, because it's not just a road, it's an antagonist. First, there is the mud. This isn't the friendly puddle variety mud, this is primordial ooze, a thick, viscous soup with the consistency of melted chocolate, with the grip of a greased eel. It sucks at your tires, pulling you sideways, threatening to drag you into a boggy grave. The truck groans. The differentials lock. All 18 wheels spin uselessly. You're not driving, you're wrestling with the very ground beneath you. Then, you have the cliffs. Oh, the cliffs. A narrow ledge is all that separates you from a very long, very final descent. Every pebble that skitters over the side is a reminder of your own mortality. You can't look down, you must not look down, but you can feel it. The vast, empty space calling to you. Gusts of wind buffet the side of your trailer, trying to nudge you into the abyss. It's a psychological battle as much as a physical one. And as if that weren't enough, the weather joins the party. Rain in solid sheets turning the dirt track into a raging river. Winds that howl like banshees. The mud becomes ice. The cliff edge is still waiting. If you want a postcard from the edge of sanity, look no further than the ice roads of northern Canada. Specifically, the now defunct Tuktoyaktuk Winter Road. This wasn't a road in the traditional sense, it was a frozen highway built on top of the Mackenzie River. For a few short months a year it was the only way to get vital supplies. The ice had to be at least a meter thick. Sometimes it wasn't. And that's when things got interesting. Imagine the noise. Constant terrifying cracking and groaning beneath your wheels, a sound that gets into your bones, a deep resonant boom that echoes across the frozen expanse, hundreds of feet of lethally cold ocean waiting below. Drivers were instructed to keep their windows down, to keep their seatbelts off. Why? So that if the ice gave way they might have a sliver of a chance, a protocol for dying with a slightly better chance of being found. Countless stories, legends almost. Drivers hitting a pressure ridge they didn't see, ice fracturing like a broken windscreen, trucks breaking through, drivers frantically swimming for the surface. Water so cold it steals the air from your lungs instantly. One wrong move, 1 degree too warm, one patch of weak ice, and it's all over. So, we have to ask the question, why? Why on earth would any sane person swap a comfortable life for one spent wrestling a metal box through hell? The money is a factor, certainly. Hazard pay isn't just a line item, it's a recognition. Delivering essential equipment to a remote mine, or life-saving supplies to a village cut off by a flood, these aren't just jobs, they are lifelines, and the pay reflects the monumental risk involved. But it's so much more than money. For many, it's about a profound sense of purpose. You're not just moving boxes from A to B, you are the sole reason a remote community has medicine. You are the person delivering the giant turbine that will power a town. There is also the call of the wild, a deep primal need to be out there. These drivers aren't just escaping traffic jams, they are escaping the confines of a predictable life. It's an addiction to the sublime. And finally, there's the ego. Let's not be coy about it. To conquer a road that has broken lesser men and machines, it's a badge of honor. It's the knowledge you possess, a rare combination of skill, nerve, and sheer bloody-mindedness. You are part of an elite club, a brotherhood, a sisterhood of the insane. You cannot conquer these roads with brute force alone, you need a partner. And that partner is the truck. An off-road rig isn't just a vehicle, it's a purpose-built survival cell. A mechanical extension of the driver's own will. These are not standard, off-the-lot lorries, they are heavily modified beasts. Reinforced chassis, heavy-duty suspension, locking differentials, tires that look like they were stolen from a lunar rover. Every component is chosen for one reason, to not fail. The relationship between a driver and their truck is intimate. They know every groan, every shudder, every nuance of the engine's roar. They can diagnose a problem from a subtle vibration felt through the seat. It's a connection forged in shared trauma and triumph. The driver listens to the truck, and the truck responds to the driver's slightest input. It's like being a jockey on a prize-winning racehorse. It's like being a pilot in a fighter jet. It's like being a captain of a ship in a hurricane. You have to trust the machine with your life. Think about the systems at play. The driver manages the engine's torque, feathering the throttle, engaging differential locks, using the Jake brake, every action deliberate. There is no room for autopilot here. Adrenaline is a funny thing. It sharpens the senses. It slows down time. In the middle of a 10-minute high-stakes maneuver, the world outside becomes a blur. But inside, there is a strange, heightened clarity. The driver isn't panicking. Instead, they enter a state of intense focus, a flow state where instinct and training take over. Every decision is made in a split second, but it feels as though they have all the time in the world. Picture this: the truck is sliding. The rear of the trailer is kicking out towards the cliff edge. A novice would hit the brakes, a fatal mistake. The veteran driver, however, does the unthinkable. They turn into the slide. They apply a gentle touch of throttle. It's counterintuitive, it's terrifying, but it's the only way. This isn't something you learn in a textbook. This is knowledge written in sweat and fear. Courage in this context isn't the absence of fear. Oh, the fear is there. It's a cold, hard knot in the pit of your stomach. Courage is functioning in spite of it. The driver is processing thousands of pieces of information at once: angle, texture, weight distribution, the sound of the transmission. It's a mental and physical performance of the highest order. And the only applause is the sweet, sweet sound of solid ground. Every dangerous road has its stories, its legends, its ghosts. And nowhere is this truer than on Alaska's Dalton Highway, a 414-mile stretch of mostly gravel road. It's a supply line to the oil fields of Prudhoe Bay. It's a place of extreme isolation, brutal weather and conditions that change by the minute. The Dalton is unforgiving. It keeps a tally of the trucks and the lives it has claimed. One infamous section is Adigan Pass, cresting at 4,739 feet. In winter, it is a vortex of wind, snow, and ice. Avalanches are a constant threat. A driver can be climbing a steep grade, tires fighting for every inch of grip, only to see a wall of snow cascading down the mountain ahead. There is no escape. The story of a driver whose brakes failed on the long descent from Adigan, using the crumbling gravel shoulder and the gears to somehow wrestle his rig to a halt, just feet from a sheer drop. The tale of two drivers who worked together for hours in a blizzard to winch one of their trucks back onto the road, their hands numb from the cold. These stories are more than campfire tales. They are vital lessons passed down from veterans to rookies. Respect for the road is the first and most important rule of staying alive on it. The courage required for this job is not the flashy, heroic kind you see in films. It's a quieter, more stubborn form of bravery. It's the courage to get up in the morning knowing the day ahead might be your last. It's the courage to turn the key when a storm is brewing. It's the courage to be completely and utterly alone for days, in a place where help is hundreds of miles away. This courage is built on supreme competence. You can't be brave if you're a fool. These drivers are masters of their craft. Encyclopedic knowledge of mechanics and intuitive understanding of physics, the spatial awareness of a fighter pilot. They know the truck, they know themselves, and they know exactly where the line is. They don't cross it recklessly. Stuck in a mud bog for 12 hours miles from anywhere. A critical part fails and you have to MacGyver a fix with spare parts on board. They accept the problem, analyze it, and start the slow, methodical fix. Relentless, pragmatic optimism against overwhelming odds. This isn't just a job, it's a way of life demanding a complete person. Physical strength, mental acuity, emotional fortitude, they are professionals of the highest caliber. So, we come back to the beginning, to that 10-minute gamble. The truck is fishtailing. The abyss is calling. The storm is raging. What pushes a driver to keep going? What force makes them turn into the slide, feather the throttle, fight their way back from the brink? It's not the money. It's not the adrenaline. It's something deeper. It's the unspoken promise. It's the promise made to the people waiting at the end of the line. The miners, the villagers, the engineers. Your arrival is not just a delivery, it's a lifeline. Fuel for their generators, food for their tables, medicine for their sick. To fail is to let them down, a weight heavier than any cargo. This sense of duty turns a dangerous job into a vital mission. It builds unshakable self-reliance and confidence, the satisfaction of looking back at the treacherous path and knowing you were equal to the task. A victory over your own limitations. This quest for mastery burns in every true off-road trucker. They keep driving. They push through the mud, navigate the cliffs, defy the storms. They do it because someone has to. They do it because they are the only ones who can. They know they'll do it all again tomorrow.